quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Yes, you've had it quite tough, always having bad luck. You think you're going crazy, look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand, you've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel, only you know that it's real. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Don't look back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger.
slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do, fight until the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. Everything I know, everything I will die. Wanna let it go, wanna make them all fine. Wanna be control, wanna out of my mind. Wanna gotta live, wanna gotta die. Everything I know, everything I will die. Wanna let it go, wanna make them all fine. Wanna be control, wanna out of my mind. Wanna gotta live, wanna gotta die. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's not a choice. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer. Sacrificing everything I know. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. Everything I know, everything I will die. Wanna let it go, wanna make them all fight. Wanna be control, wanna out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, and it is time for round 5 of the DTM World Championships and round 1 of the Caribbean Motor Racing Championships. It's that time of the year once again as we head down to the Caribbean for this time a 5-round series. For the DTMs, it's just 4 rounds to go, and we start off this tour right here at South Dakota Circuit in Guyana. As the drivers all get ready for this event here, we look live onto the scene here. As practice is now coming to an end, this is a slightly switched up schedule to what we had not too long ago. Just last week out, we were running 45-minute races with 15 minutes worth of qualifying, but this time, the schedule has changed up. It is now turned into a 30-minute race with 8 minutes left of qualifying. We are just 50 seconds away until we get this one underway. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. If you're tuning in for the very first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the stream. We have 2 sets of races coming up, 3 total races. We start off with the DTM's 30 minutes of racing, then we switch gears to the Radical Caribbean Cup. For the first time, we'll be heading into 2 15-minute races instead of our normal 25 lap races. Yep, it's changed just because there are no mandatory tire changes. Well, no mandatory pit stops. No mandatory pit stops because when you enter the pits here, it puts you a lap down. So we're completely closing out pit lane just for that. All the rules are set in the Discord channel, the Caribbean Motor Racing. Not necessarily. I changed down the tire wear so it will not, you know, you can drive hard and you'll be fine. Well, it's not completely, I know what you're saying. It's not completely at 0, so you could still do that. If you do drive hard, the tire wear is going to let off. That's always been the case. Anyways, make sure you follow the pit exit rule. If you do cut it and you go on, if you go to the right-hand side of the track, you will be starting from the pits. And that'll be a hefty penalty for you. So as the drivers now exit onto the pits, onto the track for the first time. I don't see him here. We can begin this qualifying session off here. The audio is a little bit low, so we're going to fix that up in a second. So, qualifying underway now. And we only have 8 minutes for this qualifying session to get underway here. So business as usual, we are back racing once again. All right, qualifying underway now, and the X-Blade duo are up first. Here in this first qualifying session, home turf for the X-Play duo. Martin Webster, Marlon Young, and their third man, Jerome Moore. And Webster leads off the charge. This is their home track. They have been here many times before. In real life, they know this like the back of their hand, so expect some big times for this duo here. Been a while since you've tuned in 48K, yeah, but you've tuned in at a great time. The Caribbean Motor Racing Championship is back, and this is going to be an awesome event here. Webster is going to be the first driver to come across the line. The first time, and all the drivers are going to be chasing now is a 104. 162 quickly taken down by his teammate Marlon Young, taking a bit of a slipstream in the background. Danny Nasir with a 105.968. Andrew Rupner right as he comes around the final corner now. Gonna race to the line. Let's see what times he can do on his debut race here in the Caribbean. Not much improvement, but Jerome Moore splits the X-Blade drivers. It's a 103.636. Any Jamaicans in this one? I am not seeing them for the time being. We might see a couple of them. I believe Jaden Harrison was doing a bit of practice in our server. Oh, but trouble. Oh, what is this? Baiano, Rupner Ryan, and I think that's Jarrell all stopped on the run up to the hairpin as Wilson takes it to provisional pole. Remember last week out, an amazing restart in the final closing minutes of that race, put himself on the podium. He is now on provisional pole to 103.0. He's had a lot of time to practice in that Lexus. He's looking good out there. Marlon Young now taking a slipstream of Martin Webster. Here's he follow him on board with him. Not much time to do so. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. Bit of a lockup for Martin Webster. If Marlin's the faster driver, Martin should get out the way. But they're going to continue with the slipstream. Both of the drivers on hot lap stuff themselves into the hairpin now. Long left-hander. Want to drag the car wide. They're all holding each other up just a little bit there. Oh, and Marlin goes for a spin. Martin takes it to the pits as they catch up to one of the BMWs there. Ruben Orion crosses the line. Still stays 9th. Not much time left to go in this one. Times are coming in hot here as Marlon Young letting loose of Oswin Wilson. It's a Guyana 1, 2, 3, 4 on home turf. The home crowd is loving it here. Taking a look down the rest of the order. Jerome Moore not this time around. He'll be able to put in a good lap. Just gonna check audio levels for you guys. Make sure everything is swift and swell. All right, let's continue on here. Oliver in his first events down in the Caribbean, looking to make a good impression as Andy Rees is already beginning the European takeover. P3 for him as the times are now coming in. Oliver now, as we watch him on the final corner, he's matched the second sector of Wilson, but stays, goes up to P3, cannot fight the top two. First and second still all Guyanese. We look at the bottom couple of drivers. Still left here, Klaus there, trying to put in a good time. Indeed, man, this race is going to be a good one. Baiano making his return. Haven't seen him in a while. Still getting up to grips. Believed he started practicing last night, so not too much practice under his belt, but 30 minutes of racing, you just get the groove the more you drive these cars as soon as you get a couple laps in. 10 concurrent viewers, thank you so much for tuning in this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are, night to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as we are on course for 600 subscribers. Would mean a lot. As we watch now the final 2 minutes of qualifying, we're going to stay on board here with Jarrell Morrissey. This is his first qualifying session. A lot of these drivers have made their first qualifying. This is not their first rodeo around here, around South Dakota circuit. For Jarrell, it is his first, but he has made headwaves around the scene here at CMRSC, and he's looking to continue to do so as he continues to hustle around. First sector, he's trying to arrive there now. 47.7 is Wilson in the first sector. That is the fastest time. He goes very wide through here. The long left-hander as he now rejoins back onto the main circuit. Very familiar with him. 47.70 is the match, and he's almost 2-3 seconds off of it. 2 seconds off the pace in the second sector. Wilson down the line, no improvements from the top two there. It's a 103.092 still to beat. There you hear that Mercedes rumbling down the front straight. Looking for a couple other drivers. Marlon Young. The first sector is essentially the whole track. The whole new FIA extended layout. 47.1. Oh, 2 tenths quicker. He asks Andrew, get out the way, please. He does. Marlon Young on a flyer. Around the gooseneck he goes. Here we go. Final corner for him. This could be his final epic qualifying. 35 seconds to go. He's pushing very hard. He's 2 tenths up. And provisional pole goes to Marlon Young. It's a 102.879. What can Oswin Wilson reply to that? This is not the lap that's going to take him down. Maybe the next one. But Marlon on provisional.
Mike, did you see uploaded the setup for you?
Van Dorn, the Valhalla drivers working together. You remember last time
I'm not sure about the fuel. Because my fuel calculator is not... I don't trust it.
Last bit of setup changes for Valhalla. As the checkered flag is out, Andy Rees coming across the line. No improvements from Klaus or Webster either. Webster, interestingly, moving down the pecking order, down to 7th. And Marlon unable to improve. All eyes are on Wilson. Moore as well. Can we see a provisional pole? Can we see pole position now that the pole man has crossed the line? Wilson may be the only driver that can do it. On to the regular circuit again on the back straight for the final time. 47.5 to beat. He's 9 tenths off. He's not going to do it here. We watch him around the gooseneck. Jarrell Moore, can he be the one to take him down? No, he can't. He's 5 tenths off. Wilson 9/10 off in the second sector as he races down to the line. Wilson, purple third, but
Does anybody know
cannot
how
do
much
it.
fuel we're gonna use? Because mine says 11 liter.
Yeah, it's about that close. It's nothing. Because we don't have to change. We don't have to fuel up. It's a no mandatory pit stop. That's all. So
Andy Reid putting up his time to P3. Out of nowhere there, Moore goes down onto the second row. Oliver, cross the line now. And no improvements there, and qualifying coming down to an end here. Looks like Oliver's still on a lap, even though our timing screen just says he did cross over the start-finish line.
So how much fuel do we put in the cars?
About
About 10, 12 liters.
Because
And
mine was
that
saying the
is
same as Klaus's on 7.
qualifying
so that is
complete.
weird.
No, I said 17. Because I think there's something wrong with my fuel calculator because it's been so wrong. Earlier it says 30 liters.
the drivers.
No
No
pit stop.
mandatory. Do not. Okay, that I'll give you guys a warning now. Do not enter pits whatsoever. It puts you a lap down. It's just something to do with the track. Nothing we can do here. So do not enter pit road whatsoever. That's just one warning. It's gonna put you a lap down, and it's just gonna ruin your race from there. Real penalty is off, so you don't gotta worry about cut track penalties like that. But of course, you gotta keep between the white lines. Other than that, the rest of the rules are set in the announcements.
I mean, going off the track is a suicide mission anyway, so it's fine.
How many liters for the race?
But what fuel are we? Did you run? How much fuel?
I got 11 liters.
Does anyone know?
No,
11
liters.
liters.
About
11
11, 12 liters.
11, 12.
It
no.
sounds so weird to say.
No, man, I got
Screw
1
the
1.
Fuck, man.
It
Nah, I don't
sounds
trust
The
very-
race
Safe
is
side
starting
is
to the track.
I can't trust that, man.
Do you want a dead roll pre-white start? What the?
Yep, that's normal here.
The previous race at the Pasnano was like over 100 liters.
Okay, well, long story short, we had to turn it down because we were getting some drivers saying they could reach it with a max tank, and they couldn't. So, for the safe side, we just turned down the fuel percentage.
Oh, is the fuel usage down?
It's just the fuel usage down. The tire wear is a bit down as well because there's 0 mandatory pit stops here.
Okay.
Yeah, fuel rate.
Not
is
seeing
on
Jaden
10%.
in the session there, 48K.
Okay, I didn't know it was down. So, how many liters you said?
About 11 to 12 should do.
11 to 12. 11? Yeah.
Yep, that should work.
Good luck, everyone.
And there's no right. So you crash. You just keep going, right?
Keep going.
Keep going.
As we continue now on to the back straight. Apologies about that. Mike should be good there. But what a start it was for this race here. And Klaus saying his PC has crashed once again. That's very unfortunate for the driver from Denmark. But we continue on now. 30 minutes of racing, no cautions. And Andy Rees leads us off in this race. Klaus now getting back into the session. And there we see Roop Narayan. Take a look at this. Roop Narayan is hustling. But check out Van Doren. He's trying to get him on the background there. He's currently sitting in P5. Trying to hustle up for Roop Narayan. Oh, hard on the defense. Just getting it there, and Van Doren trying all the stops to get past Ruben Ryan. This is a great race from the Canadian. Great drive from him. As we continue on now, Ruben Ryan defending onto the inside. Van Doren looking to the long way around. Can't get it done. Still looking around. Oliver in the background trying to push as well. Andy Rees fastest lap of the race. What a fight we have here in Van Doren, side by side with Ruben Narayan, and he gets the move done. Ruben Narayan down into 5th position. Can he get a move over here? Trying to look at it. Oh, contact! Ruben Narayan still hustling through. They're still door to door, but he can't get it done. Oliver trying to get the advantage. Hard racing from these guys. What a fight. As we continue on, Oliver now goes to the outside. Ooh, Ruben Narayan. All right, Angie, just watch the defend in there. They only allowed one move.
Very, very aggressive builds.
And Webster off the circuit. Rejoins back. Ruben Narayan has to know it's only one move he's allowed to do. Oh, big lock up there as they enter the gooseneck. And Andy Rees extending it now. 103.0. Oswin Wilson, 103.4. Caribbean Tracks giving very good competition, but rigorous defending. I will agree with you. Ruben Narayan, it's one of his first times he's ever been up in the pack. The racecraft is slowly building. You can see it in him. He's been racing for a while with us now. He's learned so much. But the defending is being actively watched by our stewards to make sure it's safe. But one thing's for sure, this is a great fight! Oh, it's contact as Oliver tries to look onto the inside, cannot get it done! Loses out big time! Meanwhile, we look up here, Danny Nasir takes advantage of both drivers getting in that incident. And yeah, Oliver just sent it down the inside, nowhere to go, took himself out. Fair racing between them. Meanwhile, Ruben Narayan trying to get under the skin of Danny Nasir. Ruben Narayan relegated down to 6th position. Jamwest is going to be crazy indeed, man. We still have a round to look at here, but next week out, it is Jamwest season. But let's look back up to the leaders now. Apologies, the camera work is not the best for this mod here. So we are going to actively do our best to make sure we get all the action here, including using our drone camera to watch the battle from above. Marlon Young chases down his old rival. As Oliver getting the move now on Andrew Rupen Narayan. Wilson running off the track. Oh, what's going on here? As Oliver runs off the track again. Was it between Rupen Narayan? No, Rupen Narayan's far ahead. That must have been a mistake from him. Let's continue the battle here. Wilson versus Young. The championship leader versus the man who finished 3rd. Lexus versus Aston Martin. No sign of a BMW. Watching the battle from the sky here. Marlon Young trying to close that gap up. Oh, and a bit of a slow exit for Oswin Wilson. Here comes Marlon Young now. Can he throw it down the inside? We saw what happened between Blutch and Ruben Ryan. Does not. And continues the race here as they go down the quick left-hander. A quick right-hander onto the long right. Lock up there for Wilson. Marlon Young still trying to find a way past as they enter onto the main circuit. Once again, 23 minutes to go. Remember, folks, don't go anywhere. After this race, it's the Radical Caribbean Cup coming up. Do not go anywhere. This is the racing we're seeing here. Andy Rees continuing to extend that lead. It's a 102.530. That gap is extended now. Wilson doing a very good job of holding on to P2. We might see a lot of our fellow Jamaican drivers in the Radical Caribbean Cup coming up next. So don't go anywhere. I know a lot of drivers did their practice. But we continue racing on now. It will be crazy. You don't gotta worry. We are planning to re-upload the races after the stream. So you don't got to worry about that. If you're watching in the future, welcome to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. If this is your first rodeo around, make sure to hit that subscribe button. As we see an overtake here, Ruben Ryan running off track and from a dream start of P3 almost. He's been down to P7. Maybe even getting into some of this action. Taberner, you will be joining in on a great set of races. Jamwest, Wallerfield, Bushy Park coming up next to end this championship there. As Oliver and Ruben Ryan have met once again, and we can continue this battle between each other. This is an awesome fight between these two, I will say. Oh, Ruben Ryan, too much curb. 2 wheels off the track. And then you see that rear camera, Oliver slowly inching up ahead, trying to get the move, but cannot get it done this time around. On board, back on with Oliver. And Andrew now still fighting hard. Oliver trying to look for a way around. Last time he tucked it down to the inside, didn't work. Trying to move around the outside. Squeezing him is Ruben Ryan. Good defending from him. I will say it's all legal. He can switch to the inside if he wanted to. He goes to the fake. That's some entertaining racing. Even though it's for P7, these drivers are giving it their all. Oliver now trying to look for a move here as they now enter back onto the main circuit. As they enter back onto the back straight. Good run here for the BMW against the GTR. Andrew defending onto the inside. Oliver having going to the long way around. Gets cut off there. Door is shut down onto the gooseneck once again. Back onto the front straight. Cannot get it done. Just a whole rear end of that Nissan just in the way. But Oliver onto the inside now. Can he get the move finally done on Ruben Ryan as they enter into turn 1 now, side by side, door-to-door action. And he gets the move done. Oliver up in position. Oh, taps him out the way.
Andrew, come on. Oh,
all right, Ruben Ryan, you're going to have to let Oliver go through there. Let Oliver go through there. That's going to allow Webster to go through. And Ruben Ryan tapping Oliver. And that has allowed Webster to go through. I don't know if you saw it, but Webster was able to run through there. But Ruben Ryan, it's a little bit of the inexperience of fighting in the front pack there. But you gotta commend him. He's done a great job so far. Great fighting between them, but now we shift gears back up to this fight here. Marlon Young, Oswin Wilson. Continuing to fight on there. But we continue to watch this battle here. Oswin Wilson, P2. Marlon Young, P1. Oh, it's trouble. Oh, he makes a mistake on the curb. Marlon Young goes to P2. Oh, my goodness. That came out of nowhere. there. Wilson running on the curb, and that's allowed Marlon Young to go through. Wilson relegated down to third. Battle. Here we go. Battle commences. Game on. Civil war between these two. An unforced error, really. Oswin Wilson making a mistake, running on the curb, losing the rear end, and Marlon Young able to go through, sailing past. Wilson is going to be kicking himself, but I know he's going to be focusing hard to get this position back. We are going to be using the current SR3s. It's the 2023 editions of them. And that'll be the next race. As we watch here, Anderson Baiano, the Brazilian, getting past Ruben Ryan there for position. Meanwhile, Wilson still pushing. Wow, wow, wow. What a fight this has been. But 7 seconds up the road, it is this man who's had a great run, Andy Reese, continuing to do so with the final 18 minutes. Marlon still pushing on here. He cannot afford any mistakes. This is our closest battle we have on track. Let's stay on board with him. Oswin Wilson looking for a move. He's hunting. And Marlon a little bit wide there. Oswin Wilson hitting the apex. Able to go through just about. Still hunting, still looking for that position. As they're catching up to lap traffic, I believe that is Ruben Ryan just up the road. Yes, it is. 103.674 against 103.607. Both drivers running almost identical lap times to one another. The top three very close. Or I shouldn't say second and third. Marlon Young shouting out to Andrew. Blue flags. Andrew sits in P10, but no drivers out the way. Ooh, he's actually run off the circuit. He has to let through Oswin Wilson. He does. He continues to push now. 16 minutes, 28 seconds and counting left to go here for this Grand Prix of Guyana. And this round 5 of the DTM World Championship, Wilson runs it sideways, gets it back going. That was a close one, but lost him so much time to Marlon Young. Aussie now 3.7 seconds off of P2, no fault of his own. He's got halfway of this race to go to pull a miracle to get back up to positions. Marlon Young is going to start his climb up to P1, Andy, as he laps Casper. I believe that is. I don't think that's Casper. That is a different BMW. That is Baiano. Both drivers running the same livery there. But now the gaps have opened up. There are no mandatory pit stops for these guys here, so it's just racing hard to the very end. So it's going to be full pushing, but not to mention these tires are going to go out. The tire wear is very important around here. But now 4 seconds, the gap has opened up between these two, between Wilson and Young. And you look at that map on the right hand side of your screen, you see P1 already into turn 2, P2 entering turn 1, and as we were watching on board, Wilson, as he tries to claw back up this time, he sits in P3, down the order, 18 seconds behind, now crossing the line. It's Van Dorn, the Dutchman, trying to get some points. He missed out on the double points, very crucial to be in it, but unfortunately was not. And that's left him down a significant number in the championship. P5 for Danny Nasir. He's up the order right now in the points as well. P6 Casper. putting in a great result. This is going to be his personal best if he keeps it like this. P7, Martin Webster. He tries to hunt down Casper. Very experienced Martin Webster, P2 in the championship, trying to close up the gap and trying to extend the points lead for X-Play. Oliver Bloch now had a great fight with Rupner Ryan. A little bit scrappy here and there, but it's Oliver that won out the war out here as he is now sitting in P8. Anderson Baiano in his first race. Haven't seen him in quite a while. Welcome back, the Brazilian. He's sitting in P9. Rupner Ryan, a great start from him, but it really just went down south as this race continued on. He's in 10th. Klaus missed the start, unfortunately. He's a lap down. He's sitting in P11, but desperately trying to get some points on the board. Jarrell is now sitting in the pits. I don't know if he was in the pits this whole time, but he is in it for the time being. Very interesting. A little bit of a shame if he is out of this race. Would have been some great points for him. Meanwhile, Andy extending that gap now to 10 seconds. The Danish driver is doing very well to continue his lead. The race has calmed down just a bit. 14 concurrent viewers. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club this evening. As Rupner Ryan brings out yellows over here on the gooseneck. Ooh. Flick spins it there. And gets it back going. Here comes Danny Nasir. Lap traffic, of course.
Andrew?
Calls out Andrew's name.
Thank you.
Danny Nasir making clear communication to the lap traffic. That is the power of being all in a Discord voice channel and being able to communicate with one another. So he continues on. Remember, folks, don't go anywhere if you're watching on the YouTube side. After the stream is posted, thank you so much for tuning in to CMRSC. Directly after this race, we'll have the Radical Caribbean Cup. You do not want to go anywhere for that.
Blue flags.
As Anderson Baiano gets called out for lap traffic here into turn 1. Gets right out the way for him. And this race continues on. Oswin Wilson really needs these lap cars to give him a bit of trouble, and I think he's been on a good run here. Oswin Wilson, yes, check a look at the delta on his screen there. He was a 10th quicker on his personal best, and he's matching his time there. 2.9 seconds. Wilson is really pushing hard now. Oh, a little bit of a slide in the rear. Lap traffic once again now, this time for Wilson as he mounts the curb. He's really pushing hard. Wilson is a great opportunity as we enter the last 11 minutes of this race. Next up, we have that 2-race spectacular Radical Caribbean Cup. As we head into the gooseneck on board with Oswin Wilson. This is the place where he lost it there, running over that curb. Unsettled the car. 104.1 for Marlin, 103.6 for Wilson that lap. And Oswin, lap traffic. Baiano gets right out the way. Respect. Oh, trouble for Marlon Young. He gets it wrong on the hairpin, and game on. Here we go. This was the moment Wilson has been waiting for. The unforced error from Marlon Young. Here we go. The fight is on. Marlon Young, Oswin Wilson. The gaps have closed up. One little mistake can cause you so much. Fight is on. Battle for P2. Folks, grab that bucket of popcorn. It's time to go racing once more. Jarrell Moore now retiring in the car. Whatever it was in pit lane could not get it fixed. Here we go. 106 against a 104. Under a second now. Oswin Wilson against Marlon Young, championship leader. Klaus entering pit road there. Not too sure why. But watching the race from above on the CMRSC drone, we are just under 10 minutes. 9 minutes exactly now. Heading into the quick right, following the left. The reason why DTM visited the Caribbean was because not too long ago, back in March, GT3 was passed to be allowed for racing in the Caribbean. It was raced in Wallerfield previously. It's still to be announced to be raced in South Dakota. DTM is a different step for CMRSC. This is the type of racing you'll be getting in the real life. But in the sim world, you're gonna get some action that's way better. As the two best drivers in CMRSC, the most OG you can get from day one is fighting hard here. Oswin Wilson, 3/10. Trying to follow up. Still looking for a move. Into the hairpin. Look how close it is between the two. Wilson gets a better run. Onto the outside. Can he hold on to it? Pull the switchback of dreams. Tries for it, cannot get it done. Tries to put a nose in it. Still nothing. Into the right-hander, followed by the left. 20 laps completed for these drivers entering lap 21. Marlon Young looks very strong as they exit the FIA extension. And when they head into the gooseneck, it's really fair game between them. The left, the right. Or should I say the right, the left, and the double right. Gap is opened up once more. 104.128, 104.192, respectively, P2 and P3. Marlon Young, was that mistake? Oh! I say mistake. Wilson hitting the curb there a little too hard than he would have wanted to. Was that mistake from Marlon Young? Oh, man. It wasn't needed, that's for sure. And pressure's on it. Was that what Oswin needed? It definitely is, but now it's the time to get past Marlon Young. You want your P2 back? You lost it by yourself, Wilson. Get it back now. This is your last chance to do so. Push hard now. It's the only time you're going to be racing in South Dakota on these specific cars. You did the practice for the whole week. All for this moment here as you fight on for the podium. You finished third last time. Can you finish second here? Cross the line now. 104.3, 104.6. It's Young this time with the faster lap. The Aston Martin continuing to push on now. Still civil war between P2 and P3. Such a hard fight between these two. What a race this is turning out to be. Oh, very wide though. Goes Marlon Young. That was the ticket that Wilson needed. Here we go, side by side. Wilson has to back off. But Wilson still trying so hard. We're just waiting for the moment he just throws it down the inside. The momentum's just not there for him. Here we go. What's gonna happen here now as they enter through to the gooseneck? .104.7, 104.3. That was Wilson this time. In the one. Pretty identical. The curb on the outside, losing a little bit of time, barely some time for Wilson as he runs over it into the hairpin. This is where Marlon is losing a boatload of time as you see Oswin just inching up just that bit more. Into the double right-hander. That is Marlon's strong suit. He's able to cut off any sort of over-unders. But this battle continues on.
Sorry, Andy. I know it.
Thank you.
Lap traffic, you can hear it from the voice chats there. Gap is almost opened up there, 8 tenths. We're going to take a look. 104.0, 104.2, 2 tenths he's lost. In that last lap, we're under 5 minutes to go. For the Guyana Grand Prix in DTM, this 5th round of the championship. Can also score it against Marlon Young. Can Marlon pull this defense off? There you see closing up now through the hairpin section. Oswin, though, winds it as wide as he can to try to get the better run onto this next short straight, but I am unable to get enough momentum to go through. And what a fight this has been. This is an incredible race between these two. Meanwhile, also, Martin Webster has finally closed up to Casper, as now we enter through the gooseneck now. Still gaps are closing up. Meanwhile, we watch this battle here. Ruben Ryan in the background, not for position, but Webster still fighting on. Fighting long and hard. Meanwhile, we look back here. There's so many battles to watch. Into the hairpin once again. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Tries to go long once again. Gets it turned in. Not enough. Just a reminder, there's no extra lap at the end of the race. So once the timer's up, the leader will be on that final lap. 1:03.9, 1:03.7. They're gonna have about 2 laps to go. Into the hairpin once again. Can he find a move, Wilson? Not yet. When is it gonna happen? When will Oswin send it? One mistake will cause it. Oswin looking to the inside. Won't work. Back on the main circuit. What a fight this has turned out to be. If you're enjoying this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button. What a fight. This should be it. The leader should be on the final lap. 104.2, 104.3. Meanwhile, Martin Webster having a whole fight of his own here as he tries to close up now. Still struggling to do so. And Ruben Ryan, trouble. He's on the outside. It's clear. Oswin Wilson knows this is desperation now. 35 seconds. Tries to get it. Oh, it's almost contact, but it's side by side. This may be the best chance Wilson has. He throws it down to the inside. Marlon's gonna have the inside now for the left-hander. They're gonna have 1 more lap to go. They're on the 2 to go now. Oswin Wilson, was that the best chance he had? Was that the last chance he had? Time is up. Leader is on the final lap. Leader is on the final lap. Oswin Wilson, desperation now. What does he do? What do you do if you're Oswin Wilson? Where do you plant the overtake? Where do you get it done? Webster bringing out yellow flags as well, but we continue this race on. Oswin Wilson, this is a chance. This is the only place he's able to get that car alongside. Trying to look for it. No, Marlon. Great defensive maneuver from him. Oswin, can he send it onto the inside? Cannot do so, but meanwhile, around the final corner, Andy Rees has done it. The Danish driver around the final corner. Andy Reid has done it. He wins the first round of CMRC in Guyana. Race win goes in for round 5. Meanwhile, Oswald Wilson, 1 corner to go. Can he get it done? I don't think so. Marlon Young has survived the barrage of attacks that Oswald Wilson has done. Marlon has done it. What a race. You hear the celebrations. He runs off the track in spectacular fashion. What a damn fight that was. My goodness, that is one of the best finishes I've ever seen in this one. In South Dakota, you couldn't get much sweeter. The championship leader extends its gap. He finishes 2nd. Van Doren, unable to challenge too hard to those fun drivers, especially wanted to fight with Marlon Young, but he's gonna come around the final corner. It's a great finish for him. P4 as he comes across the line. Danny Nasir not too far. P5, Van Doren saying not too much practice, but he'll take a top 5 there. Danny will take it as well. Casper across the line for a P6.
Oliver, I am so sorry for that. I didn't mean to wreck you those times. I was just trying to push really hard.
Oliver in P7.
My bad.
You hear Andrew apologizing there. Webster P8, Baiano 9th, Rupnarine 10th, but it is this man who's won here at South Dakota. All right, while we get interviews going, we're gonna load up the server now for the Radicals, so stay put for the interviews. Should be coming up now. What a race that was. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're actually gonna switch it onto the big screen. And what a race it was there. What a fight. That was incredible. Racing between them. We are going to end the session here. What a race. Thank you so much for tuning in to this DTM race. That was an amazing fight, and we hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening. And don't worry, the stream is not ending. We are just recording for the YouTube upload of this race, so don't worry, stream's not ending. We still have this one coming up. But what a fight. That was an amazing race between the top 2 guys there. Or the top 3, I will say. Andy Rees, though, an incredible race. He's absolutely marched it out of there. Commanding lead for him. And he takes race victory here at South Dakota for the 5th round. 3 rounds left to go. Marlon Young still extending the championship. Incredible fight. Honestly, a great race. All right, just stay put. Service should be coming up any second now. I'll let you guys know.
Congrats, Andrew.
We'll get started with interviews here now. And we're going to start off with 3rd position here. Oswin Wilson, what a race it was for you. A hard-fought battle between yourself and Marlon Young. Unfortunately, could not get the move done. But take us through those emotions in that race. How was that one, Oswin? Oswin, we cannot hear you. Might be the same mic issue from last week.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, the race was a good race. A bit too many mistakes on my end. This track punish you for any small mistake, and that was the case. I was trying to put up a lot of pressure on Marlon, but he kept his cool for the first time in history. But it was a good battle with him. I totally enjoyed this race.
Take us through those final emotions, those last couple laps. Marlon making a mistake on the hairpin. It was game on under a second till the checkered flag. Did you feel at any point you had that one?
No, I know Marlon had the pace. I really still not under this car. The setup is terrible, so I'm just driving to survive. So I know Marlon could have had better pace than me. I was just hoping for him to make a mistake, but he kept his cool, and that was it.
Well, still, incredible racing from you there, Oswin. Happy to see you back, and especially on home turf there to finish on the podium. Congratulations on that P3.
Yeah, thank you.
Marlon Young, P2 for you. I know it's probably going to feel like a race win from defending against a longtime rival. A hell of a defense from you, and you nail it down in P2. Marlon, awesome drive, man. How was that one?
Pretty stressful. However, I kind of messed up at the start because I thought you were going to restart the server for Klaus. So apparently till 2 laps in when I saw him come into the server, I thought the race would have restarted. So I didn't really had my head into the race. But after I realized he didn't restart in the server, then I put my head down. So I made a mistake and Oswin got P2. So I had to really put my head down and try to pressure him, and he made a mistake and I got him. And after then, I was battling with the car. I lost confidence of the hairpin. The back end wanted to step out of me a lot, so I was really panicking through there. So other than that, I'm happy to finish P2.
It was a great race, man. You extend the championship lead. It's always sweet to finish on the podium. Congratulations on that P2.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And in P1, Andy Rees, a commanding lead from start to finish, taking the race victory. How was that one, Andy? That was an incredible drive from you.
Well, yeah, obviously starting on the front row, I had a pretty good turn 1 and 2, and I got the lead quite fast. And from there, it was just, putting in some fast lap times and just building a gap and just keeping myself out of the crashes and the battles behind me. It's such a blessing to just be able to drive on your own without any intervention. Also, the lap cars was very good at giving space and just letting me pass. So it was just very dream come true.
Yeah, it was honestly just an incredible fight for you. Especially for the beginning. I mean, throwing it down the inside and getting cars on the inside, it was probably a very scary experience because around here, there's not really much runoff to use around here. So you managed to survive the chaos at the start, and then it was just opening up the gap. Were you fine with the lap traffic? Was it kind of easy to lap around here, or did you find it a little bit difficult in some places?
No, I mean, the lap traffic was I knew I wasn't in a rush either, so I just, I was just patient, and luckily they all gave away pretty fast. So just I was a bit nervous coming up to the lap traffic sometimes, but quickly just let me go by, and yeah, it was just myself battling with the tire wear, and very interesting to see how you literally have to change gears and lines according to the tire wear. But yeah, bit not very satisfying win. Not really any battles to speak of. I expected to duke it out with the X-Play guys and stuff, but of course I'll take it, and yeah, very good result.
Good result, man. Congratulations on that race win. All right, we're going to do a quick server restart. I'm just going to fast forward once we get back into the server. So we're just going to give you guys the last 3 minutes of practice, but we're going to restart it just to get everybody in. We just got some people just having a little bit of trouble. So let's give us one moment here. Oh, you're in? It works? All right. Do we have everybody else in? Is everybody good to go? Remember,
I'm now coming in.
All right. Just make sure you guys can come in. There's 3 minutes left of practice. Then you're going to get into qualifying. And it will be 10 minutes of qualifying, so still lots of time.
This track is stressful, bro.
My eyes are gonna want to shut during this race, I'm expecting.
So this is going to be a 15-minute race. 2 15-minute races with the second reverse top 5. So if you finish 5th in the first race. You'll be starting on pole for the second race, so keep that in mind as we get into this one. And once again, no mandatory pit stops, so racing from start to finish. So, what an incredible first race it was. And the chat I'm seeing. Partab, bravo, Marlon. Tabiner. Feeling like there was a lockup at the hairpin. Marlon was struggling a lot around that last area, but he got it done. You got to commend him. Now, shifting gears now, this is the CMRSC Radical Cup Caribbean. The Caribbean Radical Cup, whatever you want to call it. This territory belongs to one man. His name is Khalil Rickford. Let me give you a little introduction to this man. He is not your typical sim racer. He's only a man who comes out for one championship, and it is this one. He is a master at the Radical Caribbean Cup. He is the one and only driver to go 5 for 5 in the 2023 Radical Caribbean Cup. The only driver to win every single race in a championship. Let that sink in. Every single race. One man was able to win it all. Pole positions, I believe he did miss out on one pole position. But every race win in 2023, he got it done. He's still undefeated. And to add on to that, Khalil had won the final 2 races of the 2022 Radical Caribbean Cup. So that's even more race wins. He is 7-0. Call him CMRSC's Undertaker. Who can defeat the streak? We're going to find out today. There's a lot of stacked drivers. The era is set. It's a whole new different set of drivers. Let's look at the order. We got DeVille Park, Danny Nasser, Luke Cruz, Mike Van Dorn, Andrew Rupnarine, Marlon Young, Oswin Wilson, Klaus Klint, Oliver Bloch, Andy Rees. Not seeing any other drivers here into the session. But we're going to find out who is going to take race victory. 108.4 for Khalil. As the checkered flag is out now. We're going to get ready to begin this one. Practice still underway. Marlon Young slamming on the brakes onto the line. Is that a little cheeky from Marlon Young? Oh, even though he stops, he doesn't want to show his true pace. Still puts in a time there, 1:14. These times are going to be just a little bit slower than the DTM. But the racing, the dynamic of these races is going to be completely different now. There you see Luke around the final corner, coming across the line. Are we going to give you guys about 30 seconds, and then we're going to fast forward into qualifying? So just be ready. And we're going to get this one underway.
That was not 30 seconds. I hate you.
No, you still have the minute 25 countdown. We're just going to fast forward that.
I wanted to do my lap.
That's the server finishing up, not even me.
The fuel is low on this one as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, going to advance it now, so just get ready.
Advance to what?
To qualifying. All right, qualifying now underway. So, for the Radical Caribbean Cup...
1 minute 8.
We get this one underway once again. Here we go, business. Back once here. Gonna watch the audio levels. These cars are way louder than DTM cars. You may think that's a thing on the sim, but if you've seen Radicals in real life, man, these things make your ears bleed. They are very loud. So, qualifying underway now. Here for the first round here. the first qualifying session. Will we see 5 for 5 Khalil pole positions back to back to back to back? We'll find out very soon. But Oliver now is going to be the first driver to come across the line to begin his flyer. Into turn 1. Flying through here into the hairpin now. A lot easier to navigate with these cars, but the throttle, you gotta play around with it. You can really lose the rear end as Ruben Ryan trouble! Oh, DeVille running into him. And Ruben Ryan gonna take that one back into the pits. As we continue on this qualifying now, 7 minutes and 47 seconds left to go here. So, of course, purples across the board for Oliver. Next week out, we head into Jamwest for the Jamaican Grand Prix. Oliver, no! Runs it off the circuit, and that's going to mean Klaus is the first driver to put a time everyone's going to be chasing, and that time is going to be unregistered because it is not a clean lap. So was Wilson. So it looked like Oliver may have been the only driver to have had a clean lap there. But it was soiled just at the last stages there. So we're just waiting for a time here as Klaus tries to find some improvement, cannot. There we go. That's our first time that we're going to be chasing Marlon Young's 111.769. Of course, if Marlon Young... Now, this is the This is the weird part about this championship. Can't speak now. As Khalil now goes up into professional with a 108.619. We're going to stay on board with him. But the weird part of this championship is if Marlon Young were to win the DTM championship and he's leading the Radical Caribbean Cup, Race of Champions rules state that it's the driver next in line, because if you already win a championship, it moves to the next driver who's yet to qualify. So it's a weird dynamic as Wilson now puts it a 109.11. And Khalil now, as he goes into the right and now the left-hander here. It's kind of a double left hairpin now. The DTM car is so quick around there. And he's been quicker on this lap time. Let's see how he takes the gooseneck section. Chicane looks really good for him here. Around the final corner, improving on this time. Passes our screens at the 108.498. Wow, that's a time. That is a time and a half. What can the others do about that? Marlon Young sits in pits. Wilson trying to push there as Andy Reeves puts in a time of a 112.109. So 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in qualifying before we get into the two-race spectacular. The two 15-minute races. That's sure to bring lots of enjoyment and entertainment. And if you guys are watching the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're loving the action so far. Khalil warming up those tires. Getting ready for another flyer. Marlon not on.
Oh, the truck is getting dark.
Not on our side. Maybe make sure the projector is good. It's not dimming down. Looking back at the order here, 7/10 off is Oswin Wilson. So we head back here to Khalil, trying to figure out what does he do different that the rest don't. His car is absolutely planted. This setup is just perfect. 108.498. Is anybody even touching that time? Over a second quicker. As DeVille up into third. Watch DeVille now as he enters into the first sector. Now 51.866 is Khalil. Let's see what DeVille can do. And 1.3 seconds just off the pace there as Van Dorn puts in a time up to P3, but Khalil's 108.443 is unfazed by what the rest are doing. 110.5 for Andy Rees. They're all starting to ramp up the times. DeVille is going to take down Andy up to third. Now 110.2. Looking good, looking sharp, looking swell. Rup Narayan just off the circuit there. Gets right back on. He currently sits P11. Ooh, slides the rear end, just gets out the way. As Wilson goes past him. He races to the line. Anything he can do, 109.766 to 121 that time. And Khalil not going to be able to best this time this one around. Preparing himself for the next one. DeVille as he enters into the second sector, 0.8 off. He's found some improvement. Driving in the number 13 Texaco. Once driven by Tavar Clark. And he takes down Wilson. He goes up into the second row. Wilson now as he enters into the first sector now. Minute 20 left to go. 1.1 just off the pace. None of them understand what Khalil is doing differently to them. Into the left onto the main circuit now on the back straight. 0.2 up is Rickford. Rights, lefts, and the double right now. We haven't had aliens in quite a while in CMRSC. New aliens being birthed in the form of guys like Oswin Wilson and Marlon Young, even Martin Webster, Jarrell Moore. But one man who's always stayed the same, Khalil, he just gets faster and faster. 108.1. I've never seen a 107. Maybe he can pull it off here in qualifying. Last chance for these guys here. Time's ticking. 10 seconds to go. Andy and Marlon calling it quits. Sitting in the pits. Khalil is Max Verstappen. Yeah, damn right he is. Maybe he's Lando Norris in this time. Lando now dominating the scene in F1. But, man, Khalil, crazy quick driver. Onto the back straight once again. More improvements? No, 0.3 off. So this time, no improvements from him. DeVille, any chance he can take down Khalil. Khalil takes it to the pits, so all eyes are on this man. Can we see it? No. 11 seconds, that's it. Klaus will watch. How is he looking? He's on a time. Oh, he's a bit of lag. In the Valhalla Radical. Comes across that first sector, and it is 2.6 off the pace. He's the last driver to come across the line. And Klaus around the final corner, out the gooseneck, onto the front straight. And he is not going to be able to put in that time. That is qualifying complete.
Marlon, where's Martin and your cousin? You hear me, Marlon?
Andy Reese sending in a setup. I'll take it for myself. Great qualifying, though.
Yes, anybody hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Not hearing Marlon, though. I don't think Marlon's just on the mic.
Okay, I don't see Martin and Moore.
Yeah, they're not racing.
Oh, none of them? Oh.
Yeah, no, they're not racing.
Okay.
All right, so 48 seconds.
Same story with the fuel here?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 6 liters. I don't think you can get 5 liters to the end. Maybe if you're lucky.
6?
5 or 6. I would say 6. You can gamble with 5. But...
So yeah,
Not gonna make that big of a difference. So I mean, you can do 5, 6, 7. I don't think it make that big of a difference on the car.
Yeah. All right, same story as the last race. No VSCs, just racing to the checkered flag. Do your best. Don't enter pits if you don't need to. It will put you a lap down. And if you do have a not good first race, there always is a second one to clean up. Top 5 gets reversed. So if you finish P1 in this one, you'll be starting in P5 for the second. Vice versa, P5 would turn into P1. So minute 45 to go. Make sure you guys are good to go here.
Just a word of caution on that. Don't enter pit. You're gonna lose a lap. If you miss the gooseneck and instead of making the right and you miss the left and you go like if you're entering pits, but you don't go into pits and you connect the track and the front straight, you will still lose a lap. You have to go around. So just be cautious of that.
You heard it here first. All right, Radicals are stacked up. Round 1 of the Radical Caribbean Cup coming up next.
Look, everybody.
Here we go, round 1 of the Radical Caribbean Cup. Getting ready to go underway once again. New drivers, but it's the same story. Khalil putting it on pole position, followed by DeVille Park and then Austin Wilson. Next, Andy Rees, Mike Van Doren, Marlon Young, Danny Nasir, Klaus Clint, Oliver Bloch, Luke Cruz, and Andrew Rupnarine to round out your grid. Here we go. 20 seconds left to go until we get this one underway. Welcome to CMRSC. It's Radicals in South Dakota for 2024. Here we go. The drivers revving up those engines. The crowd going wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. For the first time for the Radical Caribbean Cup 2024, we go racing. Looking into turn 1 there, we see DeVille trying to get to the outside. Klaus running into the rear of DeVille. It's carnage between DeVille and Klaus. Klaus missing his braking point. Not a good start from him. Let's go back to the front. Van Doren able to cross back up to the front pack now. Slow getaway for 2 drivers, but we now begin this race. 15 minutes of action coming your way here. CMRSC, don't go anywhere. Quickly, the drivers coming up to single file, but we still have some action on as we see Ruben Ryan losing a position to Oliver Bloch there. Oswin Wilson losing some time here on the start of this one. Marlon Young and Danny Nasir trouble as he runs off. Oh, faces the wrong way, gets it going. He's down in last, though, side by side. We also see, there we see a couple of battles going on in the gooseneck. Luke Cruz off the track there, and it's caused a little of a pileup. Luke losing the rear end. Danny Nasir trying to swoop around the outside. Rupner Ryan in the Church's Chicken Radical, running it deep off the circuit there, gets it back going. Meanwhile, side by side for P2. Van Dorn on the inside. Andy Rees onto the outside. And looks like Van Dorn has got the move done. Looking down the rest of the order, Klaus still fighting on in the background there. Oswin Wilson trying to fight up, but it's Khalil in the lead. So there goes P2 and P3. There you see just up the road, Marlon Young, Oliver Bloch, Oswin Wilson, and DeVille there as trouble. There's another radical that goes off. Danny Nasir, Klaus running through, and there is Ruben Around. I think that is Luke Cruz. Yes, it is. And this is your battle for P2 once again. If you were here with us for the DTM World Championships, this shouldn't be too unfamiliar, but it's two different drivers here. Oliver Trouble, what has gone on with him? He's lost not one but two positions. He's gone down from 5th to 7th. Khalil, the fastest lap of the race. As the battle now gets underway, Marlon Young, Oswin Wilson, DeVille Park, Oliver Bloch. 3 Caribbean drivers, 1 European. But the top, dominated by the hometown here as the crowd's loving it, Khalil. Khalil Rickford continues to lead us off to Ville Park. Oh! Off the track, 2 wheels off, airborne, and saves it. Give this man his pilot license already. He knows how to control something that's going straight in the air. As we also see some side-by-side. Marlon Young and Oswin Wilson, their fight is not over. Marlon Young stays up ahead in P4. Oswin looking for a way past. DeVille also right there. Bit of lag for him. Looks to be good. Andy Trouble gets it going though. Meanwhile, your battle for 4th looking very good. Remember, the top 5 gets reversed. Wilson's position is pole. Marlon Young will be starting 2nd if it stays like this. So that top 5 is very crucial. Hell, if I was even Marlon, I could sacrifice my P4 to get a pole position if I just finished a place behind me. The drivers are going to be thinking about points now in the very beginning of this one. 10 minutes of racing though. Basically 11 minutes. As Oswin now trying to get a run on the outside. Tries to look in, cannot get it done. Oh, and Marlon going very wide. Side by side, door to door, it's contact. Runs off the track. Marlon Young losing a position, no fault of its own. The position does not have to be given back. Tapped him just out the way. But it was Marlon who really just ran deep there. Oh, sliding the rear. And now DeVille with a chance to come around the outside. Now going to be the inside, turn 1. And DeVille sending it down up to turn 1, gets the move done. Marlon Young, in just 1 lap, has gone from 4th, or should I say 3rd to 5th, but provisional pole for him if he can keep this one alive. Meanwhile, Khalil has already extended this lead to 13 seconds. What a race from him so far. So we continue to watch from the drone camera up above as they enter onto the main circuit. Another fast lap for Rickford.
I don't know where. I didn't even miss a part of the track.
And DeVille putting in pressure. On Wilson. Looking to the outside, cannot get it done. Ruben Orion brings out local yellows. He does a flick spin, tries to get it out the way. He's good. He's already been lapped, I should mention. Meanwhile, we continue the action here. Battle for third. DeVille Park, Oswin Wilson, Guyanese versus Jamaican. Khalil has left the building indeed there, Martin. Absolutely gone, but with the 2-race format, it's going to make things spicy. Forced to start in P5 for the second race if he wins this one. Onto the front straight once more. 111.1 from Andy Rees. 109.9 from Oswin. 110.2 from DeVille. Even though DeVille's chasing, Oswin is able to keep touch. Just 4 seconds up the road is Andy Rees from these two guys here. And Andy Rees, a little bit of trouble? No, he's overtook Van Dorn, a lap car. Five-tenths the difference, a bit of a lockup there you saw from DP. Aussie still holding on. And both of them, as they continue to race on, are collectively closing that gap to Andy Rees. That gap is slowly closing down 3.8. Oh, just in the bushes there is DeVille. Doesn't look like he lost too much momentum. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. For this first race of two races that these drivers are going to be going through. Oswin Wilson, more improvements to 109.915 against a 110.258 for the car behind him, and a 110.4. Oswin is the quicker bunch. Faster than second, faster than fourth. And you see that gap. They're just between one lap car. That's Van Dorn. As they continue to race, DeVille is not going to make it easy for him to get away just that soon. They're going to continue to push on now. Wilson running a little bit deep there. That is shades of Marlon Young. A couple laps back as Khalil 108.2. Going to take himself a free fastest lap point by the end of this race. But DeVille now trying to push on through the gooseneck. But there you see, it might be some lower arrow from Oswin Wilson's radical. As Luke Cruz brings out local yellows, loses one position to Danny Nasir. Losing a bit of momentum there. But they keep it going. Take a look at this, 3.1 between Andy Rees and Oswin Wilson. Remember, Van Dorn still between them. Van Dorn, you see sliding there. As they continue to push. Ruben Ryan, lap traffic, must get out the way for P2. Enter into the gooseneck. Andrew feeling like he's a little bit too far behind. Oh, running a little bit deep there. Can he get out the way just in time? Just about does. And oh, sliding the rear. Not helpful. Allows Wilson to go through as Van Dorn. Is he going to try to unlap himself here? Oh, he's racing Andy Rees. He is free to race him. Just obviously he's a lap car, so it's not for position, but hey, it's good practice for race 2. Nothing wrong with what he's doing. And hey, it could slow down Andy if he's paying attention to the wrong car. Just giving him a little bit of pressure. And maybe that pressure's working out. 2 seconds. But time is running out. Big time. Meanwhile, P2, while he's just about to enter onto the main circuit, Khalil is about to cross over the line to finish his 10th lap. 23 seconds up the road. Checked out of this hotel before checkout was even open. DeVille now continuing to push. 7.3. Has Van Dorn still putting in pressure to Andy Rees. And Andy is losing a bit of time himself. There's room to run. Oh, trouble! Oh, Marlon Young bangs the front end. And that's going to put some damage on Marlon Young's car, allowing Oliver now to fight for this pole position for race 2. That's a fight you got to watch. We cannot miss out on. Meanwhile, the gap is now 1 second as Van Dorn still pushing on, trying to unlap himself. Andy Rees, pressure is gonna take over. If I was Andy, I'd let go of Mike as soon as possible. He's nothing but trouble to my race. He's slowing me down. Get him out and just push on. But if he doesn't, we're coming up to the closing stages of this race. 5/10 DeVille is on to Oswin Wilson. Let's take it to the skies here for one final time in this race 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. Race 2 coming up shortly. Andy holding off now. 1:10.3, 1:10.2, 1:10.1. DeVille was faster that time out. In the T1, as they entered into the brand new paved section. 1 minute and 36 remaining in this one. Guys give a lot of racing indeed, man. Oh, as Van Dorn still putting on pressure on the driver from Denmark. What a fight this is. So just a reminder once more, same ordeal with the last race. Once the white flag is out, wherever the leader is, that is the final lap. There is no extra lap. So just giving a heads up to the drivers as we continue this one. Khalil, I'm not too sure if, I believe he is on the final lap of this one. Oswin Wilson putting in a personal best there. And a lot of traffic here for Khalil. Luke Cruz getting a move there. Oh my God, so much action. Almost 3 wide for the leader. As we continue to watch here. Oh, and Van Dorn going side by side with P2. Contact. Gets it through. Meanwhile, Khalil is going to do it. This is the white flag. And Khalil Rickford is won. At Guyana, home race win for him. So final lap. Khalil, you've won the race.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Oswin Wilson trying to put some pressure. Andy Rees still trouble. Oh, and it's contact.
we didn't do flags.
Ah, trouble there. Andy Rees is going to survive into P2.
I gotta get out of the way when you're coming. I got out of the way so much that I allowed 7 to pass me and put me back in it.
Rees is going to survive. DeVille going to finish 3rd. Wilson 4th. What a battle.
Yeah, 100% we should do.
Yeah, there is blue flags. Yeah, it is responsibility of those cars who are not on the lead lap to get out the way. Obviously, if you do have pace, you're free to overtake. But if you know the driver behind is quicker, you should be getting out the way. And Khalil Rickford.
Mike, I'm not sure you're finished.
No, it's because
He's finished.
So for some reason, it put me a down somewhere. I don't know why.
Okay.
That was insane.
What a fight!
I was sideways on your inside.
But it is this man, Khalil Rickford, won.
Yeah, it was a bit weird here because like the cars just hooked onto each other or something. I don't know what happened.
What a race that was. Gonna conduct interviews here now, starting with third position. DeVille, what a fight from you. Amazing racing there. Coming to the checkered flag. DeVille, how was that one?
Yeah, yeah, that was very exciting. Yeah, I've been gone for a bit. Been very busy, so didn't get the race, but didn't get the race much. So yeah, first race back after a little break. Nice. Got punted in the first corner and then start, but you know, made my way back up. So it was a very good race.
Really good race, man. Congratulations on P3. Great result to open up the series. In the second position, Andy Rees. You had a great fight there with Van Dorn. Wish it was for position, or maybe in your case, you definitely wish it wasn't. That was a hard-fought battle. Keeping that one alive, you got a lot of pressure from the drivers behind, but you managed to keep that one alive. Second place, not too shabby there, is it?
Yeah, definitely not. Very hard-fought battle with Mike there. And yeah, this car just wants to step out so much, and it's really such a different beast from the DTMs. You know, Khalil nowhere to be seen, but I definitely had my fair share of side-by-sides, and yeah, just very exciting.
Very exciting action. You're gonna have a bit of a fight to do if you want to defend against Khalil this time. He'll be starting behind you. Well, it would be alongside you, but on the grid he would be behind you, so good luck on that second race.
Yeah, thank you, I'll need it.
And in P1 dominant fashion, man, King Khalil, welcome back first and foremost, man. It's been a while, and I know you're still, that undefeated streak is still going on strong. You win once again, back home. Home turf for you, man. Khalil, how was that one for you?
Hey, thanks for welcoming me back. Yeah. As you can see, I stepped away from the field a bit. I noticed there was a little bit of incident at turn one. Not sure what happened, but you know, that's something I'm gonna have to look out for this second race since I'll be starting in fifth. But yeah, pretty happy with my pace compared to last year. I'm about over half a second faster, so yeah, pretty happy with my improvement.
Way to just rub it in a little bit to those other drivers who cannot find those bit of tenths, and you're just coming out here with saying, yeah, just a second about faster. But Khalil, man, incredible race from you there. This year's edition of the championship is going to give you a little bit of work as you're going to start behind a couple drivers you're going to see now. But wish you the best of luck, and we'll see how that racecraft can do in this kind of traffic here. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, here we go now.
So, just not. Okay.
So remember, it was the top 5 that's flipped. So it's not a full reverse grid. Just keep that in mind.
So am I actually getting points for P9 for that race?
I'll have to look back at the results. If it's P9, then yes.
Wow, that's stupid. That's
I mean, I'll take a look at the position and what actually happened to make your car go down the order. And
I think it was an incident that made him cut the track.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
It wasn't even a cut. I went slightly wide and spun.
Right.
Well, I mean, slightly. I went wide and spun. Well, I didn't cut anything.
Nothing I can do here. It's honestly just race hard from this point on. But if it's something stupid with the track, we'll revert the points back to you, and we'll fix that up. But second race coming up now. Just the top 5 is reverse. Same deal now. 15 minutes for this last race of the day. Have a good one. And here we go, folks. Crowd is fired up as now the top 2, top 3 here, top 4, top 5, all flipped up. Marlon Young, pole position, followed by Oswin Wilson, DeVille Park, Andy Rees, Khalil Rickford. Oliver Bloch, Luke Cruz, Danny Nasir, and Van Doren, Klaus Rupen Ryan. to round out the rest of your grid. Here we go for race number 2 of the day, and the final race here at South Dakota. Here we go. The lights will come on now for race 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lights. For the second time for the Radical Caribbean Cup, we go racing! 3 wide start there. Oh, massive crash there in the background. Sent everybody off the circuit. Marlon Young in the lead. DeVille in second position. 3 wide through goes Wilson. Andy Reid's trying to replicate that. Oh, and Marlon runs off the track there along with Rickford. Whole bunch of action going on at the start of that one. Oh my goodness. Rickford relegated down to 6th. He's got work to do. But running into the rear there, Andy Rees and Marlon retiring out of this one. And oh, Luke Cruz having trouble as well. He loses out some position. He goes down to 6th. Game on for Khalil Rickford if he can move up the order. And we're going to see what he can do now on the inside into the gooseneck. Trying to get through onto Danny Nasir there in the slipstream. Khalil trying to fight there. Huge shame for Marlon Young. Gets punted out the way from Andy Rees. Gonna be looked at after this one. Could be a penalty. Meanwhile, Danny Nasir side by side cannot do anything about Rickford there. Van Dorn, the 2 Valhalla drivers, troubled start for them. You saw one driver, I believe he hit the wall, and then every car just blew up from there. That is a devastating start. Not something we want to see at all, but we're going to see if we can load up a replay here shortly for you guys. So trouble for DeVille, saves it, keeps this one alive. So we are gonna look at what happened there. We're gonna rewind back the footage. And there we see looking onto the inside, and it is, unfortunate for Andy Rees to make contact from him there. We're gonna look at the troubled restart. Look onto the inside wall. Oh, it looks like Oliver just tapped the wall there. Gotta take a look at that one more time before we get onto the live scene. Hits the wall. Sends everybody out for a spin. And that is so unfortunate for those drivers caught in that action. Meanwhile, Khalil now putting a move on Andy Rees. Side by side, the inside will always work. And Khalil knows that. Gets through up onto the podium. Mighty unfortunate there, I will add. Just nothing but tough luck. Just being caught in there. Oliver, no fault of his own, put his car in the wrong place. That's the nature of how dangerous this track is. That wall stepping out caused it. Meanwhile, Oswin Wilson, DeVille can renew their fight, but they might have to put on a little break. 109.5, 109.5, 109.2. Khalil is on his way. He starts the race on now as he heads into turn 1. Remember, folks, to hit that subscribe button. We're on course to 600 subscribers. Like the stream if you're also enjoying it as well. We've had an amazing day of racing, and we're going to repeat the same action next week out at Jamwest, round 2 in Jamaica. You don't want to miss it. Ruben Ryan bringing out local yellows on the front straight. Gets it going. Van Dorn also trying to fight back now as he's now looking at the man who, I don't think he knows that caused that incident, but Van Dorn now Gonna try to find a move on Oliver Bluch. Oh, and he's got a great run, but unfortunately it's been held up on the corner exit. Nowhere to go, and a one-away 3 from Khalil Rickford. He's pushed very hard now. As we head back here, battle for 6th. Trying to look for the move now. Can he send it on the inside? Lock up. Tries to find a way to get past. Nowhere just yet. Out of the hairpin. Still nowhere to go. And Oliver, slow entry onto the corner. Van Doorn's gonna go sailing past around the outside and take the move. He goes up a position. Now heading back into the battle for the lead. Khalil Park Wilson. Who's gonna take this race victory here? 9 minutes to go. 108.6. Khalil is way faster than the top two. He's got the pace, just needs to find a way to get past. Khalil, his undefeated streak is in jeopardy here as he races and fights on this battle. Also a little bit wide there, DeVille. Cleaner apex there. Ruben Ryan gonna try to find a way through, and Van Doorn retires out of this race. We just saw him make a move. What happened to him? He's out of this one. Meanwhile, Ruben Ryan desperately needing to get out the way. Let's take it to the skies here. Oh no! Ruben Ryan, no! Spins out! Oswald Wilson gets collected!
Y'all gotta do something about these lap cars.
He was definitely supposed to get out the way there. Ruben Ryan losing the rear end, and Oswald Wilson is lost out. That is such a shame there. That is not what we wanted. That is a huge nightmare. Oswald is going to be so upset over that. Now struggling to keep top 3 alive. Massive shame. Meanwhile, Khalil now just has 1 car to overtake against DeVille. That was a 3-car battle. We were robbed. Maybe Ruben Ryan thought he could have. He was faster than them through the gooseneck, but making a mistake, and man, that is mighty unfortunate. Here's some radio input from Danny Nasir, but not hearing any output. Oswald Wilson, a little bit upset. Definitely going to be upset over that. If I was him, I would be so mad. But very professional to keep his cool. Not saying a word, but it's Jamaica.
To the leader that I accidentally, like, you were kind of glitching back and forth, so I could tell if you.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to look at it after this.
I don't know if it was on the stream, but for my screen.
We'll look at it after. Yeah, we'll look at it after. No sweat. Just keep racing. Meanwhile, Jamaica versus Guyana. As Khalil tried to. Oh! What a send from Khalil! They're door to door! What a move! Oh my goodness! Did he push him out the way? No! DeVille went too deep! And Khalil sent and he found the space! You gotta commend him, Khalil, to the lead! That right there is Caribbean racing at its finest. These tracks, you get into the rhythm, they're pretty easy. They're not that much of a challenge. You just gotta find that one little slip up of the driver ahead. And Khalil, what a pass. But now this race settling down a bit. DeVille is going to continue to push on. Oh no! Oh, that might hope that's not commentator's curse! But DeVille trips over the curb! Here comes Wilson now! Wilson overtaking DeVille! Oh no! Oswin Wilson! Oh, and the switchback of dreams from DeVille Park sends it right back into second position. Wilson with a bit of a blessing. It may not be Pete's P1, but he's back fighting another driver for podium. A slip up there. DeVille able to hold on, but he was able to keep the switchback alive. Huge. Wow. But 4 minutes left to go in this race. And folks, we are still in it. We are still racing and we're still keeping this one alive. Tavar is willing DeVille on in our live chat because that car that he is piloting has and belongs to Tavar. That Texaco, supporting him and putting Jamaica on his back. The only man to represent in this first round here in the Caribbean Motor Racing Championship, round one. Trying to keep this one alive. And Oswin is going to continue to fight hard. Cross the line, 109.738, 109.935. DeVille faster that time. I think Tavar can answer that question for you there, Pratab. I'm not too familiar with all the liveries in the Caribbean as Ruben Ryan off the track momentarily. Back on it. Fight continues now. And take that in. Khalil just needed one little slip up of DeVille. What would have happened if they stayed consistent? Would Khalil still be in second place? Oh, trouble! Wilson losing the rear end. Is that the fight over for P2? 2.7 seconds, 2.6. The gap is still there. But Wilson just lost the back end momentarily. Tires are overheating just a bit. But 1 minute and 53 seconds left to go in this race. Coming down to it. 10 seconds, that gap has opened up between DeVille and Khalil. But Austin Wilson still pushing hard there. Still trying to make this fight, this dream alive. I heard a slide there. Oh, that is Ruben Ryan. Needs to stay on the side of the track. He does so. And this is not Andrew's day. He's getting it all wrong here. 2.2 seconds. And if Oswin Wilson can keep this one clean, he'll be right on the rear towards the final lap. And I believe we're coming up to the final lap here. All right. Khalil, you're on the final lap. Leader is on the final lap. This is it. 1 lap to go here at South Dakota. 2 seconds. Oswin Wilson, DeVille Park. Who is taking it home? 110.0, 109.5. Oswin faster this final time. 2 seconds left to go. He's going to have to pull a miracle if Oswin Wilson wants to take home second position in this race. We're going to stay on board with him now. Khalil is in a league of his own as he's going to go for 2 for 2 here. As Oswin Wilson slides the rear end and Oswin loses it into the hairpin. That is it. That is it, folks. Wilson running off the track. The dream of a second position is gone. Keeps it alive. Won't lose anything. But DeVille is gonna keep this one alive. And Khalil is gonna come around the gooseneck, and he's gonna say, what a hell of a race it was. What a fight. What an overtake for the lead. But Khalil is 2 for 2 at South Dakota Circuit. Khalil wins it at home once again. Still undefeated. DeVille, though, on the other hand, survived the attack. And he's gonna do a little bit of a burnout at the end of the corner. He's gonna finish in P2. Oswin Wilson, yellow flags for him. But don't gotta worry there because Danny Nasir, oh, actually, he's caught up at the gooseneck. Those tires are lit up for Wilson, but Wilson's gonna nurse that car home. Was it a win? It could have been a win, but we'll never know. But it's a podium nonetheless, and it's a recovery drive he desperately needed. Don't worry about that, Oswin. You still finished in P3. So, Luke Cruz there, finishing now.
Yeah, same thing happened to me as my Condon. You go wide and you get a lap down.
Yeah. I'll speak, if you guys want to stay in the voice chat by the end of this race, by the end of the stream, I'll do a little talk with you guys before we close out here.
Sure.
And that is the race done and dusted. What a fight that was for the second Radical Caribbean Cup one. Yep, 2 of 2 races complete. Let's go talk to our drivers now in the pen. What a race that was once again. Our top 3 gave us an amazing watch to the very end. Oswin, let's start off with you. A lot of heartbreak. Actually, do I see Oswin in the chat? I don't think I do. A bit of a shame. Would have liked to talk to him there. But if Oswin, if you are talking, if you are in the stream there, it's a good P3 for you. It's a bit of a shame what happened in that race there. But yeah, P3 will go to you. Don't got to worry about that finishing position. And results will be sorted out there. Let's go to our man in P2. DeVille, that was a hard fight for you as well. And holding on to the lead against Khalil, but one little slip up just costed you. You still finish in P2 though. A little mistake here and there, but you still got it done. DeVille, floor is yours. How was that one?
Yeah, awesome race. I mean, Khalil was gonna pass me anyway, so I wasn't really pushing. So yeah, it was a great race. Started P2. I had a little tussle with Oswin, but that ended quickly. But yeah, other than that, was a great race. Didn't really have any like, major battles, but you know, still fun. So it was a great race.
Yep, that was a good one too. Congratulations on that P2. And in P1, Khalil once again winning again. This time it was a little bit scrappy coming up through the order there. But credit not enough given. A crazy overtake. I think that was the highlight of the race. The overtake for the race lead. Incredible drive from you. You clearly show that, yeah, you can race anywhere and still get up to the top no matter what position they put you in. Incredible race win there. Khalil, how's that one?
Yeah, I had a poor start. Someone spun off in front of me and took me off the track, so I had some ground to make up. I had a nice battle with, I think it was Andy. Pretty nice side-by-side action, and then I was catching the leaders, and unfortunately a backmarker took out Oswin and robbed us of what I think would have been a pretty awesome battle. But yeah, ended up, I think it was DeVille. I battled for the lead. It seemed like my car didn't have the legs on the straight to get past. I believe my my gearbox settings aren't great for overtaking, so I know I had to go for it in the corners, and yeah, I had to be pretty aggressive. I noticed the part where I overtake, I was a bit faster than DeVille, so yeah, I made my move there and made it stick. So a little bit of contact, but I think it gave enough room, so I think it was good.
No, it definitely was a good move. It was a little bit of contact, yeah, but that's the type of racing you get around here regardless. You really just gotta put your nose in there and you just gotta let the car do its work. But it was a good race from you. Yeah, a bit unfortunate about that battle there, but at the end of the day, that is racing. But yeah, this I'm gonna ask you now, will this undefeated streak continue as we head into these next couple rounds? Are you gonna go for the sweep once again?
It's gonna be pretty hard with the reverse grid races, but I think I'll take the fun of the reverse grid race over keeping my streak. I'm not really a numbers guy, so I'll take having a more fun race over keeping the numbers going.
I like it, man. Congratulations on the race win, and I hope to see you next week out.
Thanks, man.
All right, that's going to do it here for today's race. I'm going to close out the stream, and I will talk to you guys back once the stream is over. Just quick 2 words. If you guys got to leave now, thank you for joining us this evening, and we hope to see you in 7 days' time. Round 2 for CMRSC heads to Jamwest. That's going to do it here, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. Thanks for watching this race, and we will see you in the next one. And that's just going to end the recording there for you guys. On the stream side, though, what a fight it was to the very end there. Fortunately, we did run into a little bit of extra time. This event was definitely supposed to finish about 15 minutes ago, but a little bit of a delay, but we keep this one going. Yeah, that was an incredible race. A couple things to patch up, but unfortunately, it's just a bit of a bugs that South Dakota, this specific mod, has. Not too sure if the developer is going to be giving us an update, but regardless, we are done with South Dakota for this championship. We head into the next round of Jamwest, so we cannot wait for you guys to check that one out. Thank you so much for tuning in, South Dakota. It was a blast for this championship race, and can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in 7 days' time as we go once again, DTMs and the Radicals.